Welcome to Chilling Recaps. Today, I'm going to explain a Japanese science fiction comedy magna series, Assassination Classroom. The movie begins with Japanese soldiers in a helicopter being deployed at a rally point. As the troops move quietly among the shadows, a tall, mysterious being emerges, and the entire squad disappears without explanation. Nagisa, the protagonist, explains their reason for being in school is to learn how to assassinate their teacher. They're known as Class E, as in E for end class. They're considered dropouts with a lot to prove. Koro-sensei, their teacher, is the one responsible for tearing a chunk off the moon. He states his plan is to do the same to Earth by March of next year. Koro-sensei has made its goal to teach as much as it can to the students before their graduation. Karasuma, from Ministry of Defense, explains to the students that their objective is to assassinate their teacher, Koro-sensei. However, Koro-sensei's speed tops at Mach 20. Although Koro-sensei wants to destroy the Earth, it does not see the fun in it. Koro-sensei also does not mind getting killed, so it makes an offer to the government to teach Class 3E. Koro-sensei shows the class its regenerative abilities by shooting off one of its tentacles for hands. The students are surprised, and they wonder if it's possible to assassinate this creature. Karasuma becomes the assistant firm teacher and the student's trainer for their mission. He states the reward for a successful assassination of Koro-sensei is 10 billion yen. Karasuma's hired support, Miss Irina Yelovich, shows up. She eventually fails at an attempt to assassinate Koro-sensei. She then becomes their regular English teacher for not succeeding. Nagisa is told to show what he found out about Koro-sensei. He's been avidly taking notes in his notebook about their teacher. He then reveals drawings of Koro-sensei's face, which his classmates deem useless. In their first attempt to assassinate Koro-sensei, Nagisa walks up to Koro-sensei to submit his work, but his hidden knife fails. As part of a larger plot he had with other students, he had a bomb strapped on his chest as a secondary attack. It explodes, but Koro-sensei shed its skin just in time to escape, and he protects Nagisa from the attack. Koro-sensei gets angry that Terasaka, Yoshida, and Muramatsu, the culprits of the bomb, endangered Nagisa's life. Nagisa ponders Koro-sensei's display of empathy towards him. He realizes he and his classmates have no reason to kill Koro-sensei, but they don't have a choice. The students realize their teacher did not have a name. A student suggests the unlikable name Koro-sensei. The newly named Koro-sensei is moved by it. Karma Akabane, a tough kid with the most potential to do the mission, comes back from a suspension from fighting numerous times. The very next day, Karma tries to intimidate Koro-sensei by bringing an octopus to class, which he stakes on Koro-sensei's desk. Koro-sensei arrives while Nagisa and Karma are chatting. Karma realizes it's the perfect opportunity to assassinate Koro-sensei. He steps off a cliff with a gun in hand because he knew Koro-sensei wouldn't allow any of his students to get hurt. Koro-sensei saves Karma, who fails to assassinate him. The world entrusted the assassination of Koro-sensei to the Japanese nation. Even though an agreement was made, military missiles are still sent to destroy the teacher without the consideration of the whole country. But even in the midst of it all, Koro-sensei still prevents all their attacks. To expose a loophole, Karasuma brings in and presents an autonomously thinking fixed artillery, a boxed robot equipped with artificial intelligence. The machine was designed to only harm Koro-sensei, which eventually backfires. The student had to restrain its guns to prevent it from making firing noises because they wanted to learn from Koro-sensei. Because of its empathy, Koro-sensei brings Ritsu, the AI, stacks of information about the students and implies how to get along with them. After assimilating the information, Ritsu turns itself into an application to assist the whole class's plans to assassinate Koro-sensei. Iton Hirobe, an assassin transfer student, along with his guardian, Shiro, reveals that he wants to prove his strength by killing people that are stronger than him. He challenges Koro-sensei to a fight with the rule that whomever steps out of the ring is to face sudden death. In the fight, Iton immediately cuts off one of Koro-sensei's tentacles with his swift attacks, but he exposes his own tentacle-like locks on his head. Seeing the similarities they share, Koro-sensei gets angry for not being able to remember Itone as it gets weakened further by Itone's attacks. Nagasa realizes that he doesn't want Koro-sensei to be killed, but Itone is strong and potentially has the upper hand in the situation. Even though it could have been a close call, Koro-sensei ultimately wins the match. Using its shedding ability, it wraps Itone up in its shedding skin and throws him through the windows. The students cheer for Koro-sensei. Koro-sensei suggests starting an assassination training camp to increase the students' chances of their mission. Nagasa continues to write down all of the subtle information he gathers from Koro-sensei's skills and abilities. Takaoka, a teacher who subs for Karasuma, introduces himself to the class and bribes his way to the students by bringing local favorite foods. He's later exposed for physically abusing one of the students for wanting to join Karasuma's class instead. Takaoka challenges Karasuma to choose one of his students to fight him in exchange for Karasuma's position and power. Karasuma asks Nagasa if he is up for the challenge. Although doubted by some, he obliged. Nagasa's demeanor shifts into one of a true assassin, which surprises Takaoka. Takaoka's body surrenders into a lifeless vegetable before Nagasa could attack. Nagasa's demeanor shifts back to his usual disposition after the encounter. Okuda, one of the students, creates a poison. She kindly asks Koro-sensei to drink it, and he agrees. However, the poison proved not lethal to their teacher. Koro-sensei gathers the students for a meeting in the schoolyard to show everyone what he's truly capable of. Nakamura, another student, is surprised when Koro-sensei shows up randomly in public. Offering her a way to advance in speaking English, Koro-sensei flies her over to America, across the world, and even outer space. He does the same for the rest of the students, even taking pictures and collecting memories for its scrapbook. Koro-sensei prepares for the graduation exam. He congratulates everyone in class and presents a certificate for its top 3 students, Nakamura, Okuda, and Karma. After the presentation, everyone in class engages in their own effort to remodel their classroom building for the Council War assassination show, the day they plan to assassinate Koro-sensei. Nagasa and some students sit on the roof as they all watch the fireworks. They ask themselves whether they're capable of killing Koro-sensei. Their teacher shows up and expresses its excitement for their efforts of its students to assassinate it. The whole class is busy preparing for the long-awaited moment. Koro-sensei allows itself to be tied up in order to fulfill an agreement it had with the students, which is to take away some of his tentacles. The whole class proceeds with their plan and shoots Koro-sensei's tentacles off, but they also attack him with water, his only apparent weakness. He acknowledges the efforts of the whole class as 2 of the students shoot bullets that appear to make contact with Koro-sensei's head. The students' plan worked to an extent, but they quickly find out Koro-sensei had another trick up its tentacles. It manifests a crystallized and condensed energetic force field around its head to assure its survival without its tentacles intact. Suddenly, some students faint as an explosion indicates Takaoa's entrance, along with his men. Takaoa claims responsibility for poisoning the students on the ground. He also reveals his obsession with Nagasa for defeating him and demands his surrender in exchange for the antidotes. Itone teams up with Takaoa and tries to attack Koro-sensei. Karasuma is injured by Itone's tentacle while trying to protect Koro-sensei. Nagasa and Karma make a run for it with Koro-sensei in hand, while Takaoa drives away with the antidotes. Koro-sensei tells Nagasa that defeating Itone now rests in their hands, while the rest of the class do what they can to reduce their fever symptoms the poison delivered. Karma and Nagasa climb to the nearest and highest tower in sight while being tailed by the angry Itone from below. Itone catches up to Karma and plays cat and mouse on top of the tower, while Nagasa literally hangs on for his life from Itone's attack. Nagasa pulls himself up and assists Karma against Itone. The rain begins to fall and presents itself a great weakness for Itone. Nagasa seizes the opportunity of awakened Itone by cutting the tentacle locks from his head. Anticipating Nagasa's return, Takaoa prepared a ransom exchange between Koro-sensei and Okuda so he can collect the reward. Being in a seemingly disadvantaged situation, Nagasa bows his head to the ground, begging Takaoa to let him and his classmates assassinate Koro-sensei. Takaoa declines, stepping on Nagasa's head, Takao grabs the bag away from Nagasa, thinking Koro-sensei's head was hidden within, but he quickly realizes that he has been fooled. When he turns his back to face Nagasa, Karma and the rest of Class 3E shows up to assist Nagasa and Koro-sensei. Takao and his men are punished by being placed in a concrete box intended for Koro-sensei. Meanwhile, Akuda creates the antidotes that save the students with the help of Ritsu. Karasuma, along with his students, find themselves in the military defense building, witnessing the lockdown and assassination of Koro-sensei. In this sad moment, Koro-sensei congratulates and expresses happiness he found witnessing everyone's growth in becoming an assassin. And for the last time, he says goodbye. Koro-sensei, the super creature, is destroyed. Everyone else in the building is cheering, but the students are grieving and crying, along with Nagasa. While Nagasa is uncontrollably sobbing, Koro-sensei's tentacle hands him a handkerchief. Except for the Ministry of the Defense, everyone was surprised, including Karasuma. Class 3E commences. However, the president isn't very pleased about what took place. He wanted things to stay the same where the poor stays hopeless, not overjoyed and beaming with confidence. He blames it all on Koro-sensei. As everything seems to go back to normal, Shiro makes his last appearance. He's walking away as he mentions another creature was among the students the entire time. Meanwhile, Koro-sensei reveals his promise to teach Class 3E was merely to fulfill Miss Yukimura's last wish. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more amazing videos like this. I'm off to create the next recap, and you won't want to miss it. See you on the next one.